Edit.
Hey, the broadcast is live.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Record Talk. As Rob clicks away, I am Brian. That is Rob. And we talk about records, man. Talk about records, talk about music, go off on tangents here and there, but ultimately we talk about records, usually in their entirety, sometimes a mix. That's what we do. And tonight we're doing Marylin Manson's Antichrist Superstar. Superstar. That's what we're doing.
There we go. All right, we're good. We're live everywhere. We're in business. Tonight's episode is, there's the comments to see if anyone's reacting. Not yet. Oh, someone loved it. Oh, here we go. All right. Tonight's episode is sponsored by this delicious beverage.
It's not.
They gave me $0 to promote it. Look at that big clump of, you see all the bacteria floating in there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's drink that. Oh, yeah, that looks good. Let's drink that down.
And break it up.
Active cultures down the hatch.
You're supposed to shake it a little bit, aren't you? Like, not shake it, but like swirl it around.
Now you shake them and they blow up.
Well, you're supposed to swirl them. That's what I do. I swirl them. Mix it up, man. God damn. Marylin Manson, Antichrist Superstar.
All right, now hold on a second. I need a piece of memorabilia.
Memorabilia. Is James there? I can't see who's watching. I can only see when people make comments.
James wasn't sure of his availability tonight.
But coming tonight. I just wonder if he was showing up to the check.
I don't know. Maybe.
I like James's comments. I like. Yeah, man.
So
getting this memorabilia out. Let's go.
All right. So
nice.
I connect Marylin Manson.
Mm-hmm.
Carolyn Massa.
What's up, Carolyn?
I connect with this record in a weird way. So,
okay. In a weird way.
Yeah, well, I mean, so, wait a second. Gotta yell that for Sam because I didn't start at 9. There was technical issues. So, I want to find that picture. Do you have that picture on hand of us? The one with you and me and James?
Oh, no. Yeah.
Right.
It's on my phone. You sent it to me.
Probably. It's in my phone somewhere. So I'll look for it when you start talking at some point. But so for me, you know, I went through this phase where I was, dressed all in black and gothic and I hate the world and all this crap. And it was, thankfully something I outgrew. But some of my best memories kind of were generated in that chapter of my life. And what's up, dude? Thanks for hanging.
Who's that?
That's one of my students.
Hey,
over Oliver, over on the Twitter. No, Twitter. What is it called? Twitch.
Oliver, the one that's holding down our Twitch, huh?
Yeah, he's the man.
I like that name too, Oliver.
Right, he's a cool kid. Yeah. Cool kid. Great musician.
Oliver.
It's Oliver is what I call him.
I like it.
I'm hearing my voice bounce back at me. Are you hearing that?
Not at all.
Okay, good. Jesus. So, we're into bands like KMFDM and Marilyn Manson and 9 Inch Nails, and it was just like this, I hate my life kind of thing. And then I outgrew it the summer between 9th and 10th grade. Went on a big family vacation. I grew up. And then I started playing in a band, more. I didn't grow up really. No. Not at all. Yeah. See, I can't hear you right.
Is it too far away? Do I need to lean in?
No, I think it's I'm turning off this echo cancellation, see if it fixes it.
Echo cancellations.
So I'm sorry, I was long-winded on occasion accidentally. But there was this time, when I was finishing up karate, which was like my biggest thing up until age 16. Like I thought I was going to own a karate school. That's where we met, obviously. So it's a big part in our life. But next to Tiger Schulman's Karate was O'Toole's. But next to that was Nobody Beats the Wiz. And at the Wiz, you could buy CDs and tapes and magazines.
Yeah.
So I first started playing guitar in 1995, 96. And one fall, I went into that guitar center, that Nobody Beats the Wiz, and I purchased a magazine as a very young, that's a great pumpkin back there. as a up and coming guitarist. But I didn't know anything about guitar. But I bought this magazine
Oh my God,
because
you kept it all these years later?
no, I had to rebuy it. Yeah. But I bought this magazine because Marilyn Manson was on the cover, and that's why I bought it. And fast forward, I subscribed to Guitar World for a decade solid. I just resubscribed again 2 years ago, and I actually just bought the first 2 years that I was subscribed, the entire, all those issues. But this 1996 December issue I bought because of Marilyn Manson, and this was promoting that album, Antichrist Superstar.
Yeah.
And to me as a musician, this issue of this magazine was so pivotal in me as a guitarist and as a gearhead and as a fan of music. Like, there was Smashing Pumpkins and No Doubt and Van Halen in here and Bush and Oasis and Bob Marley and The Who, Zeppelin, so much. But it came from me being a fan of Marilyn Manson, of all things. So that means more to me than anything on this record.
So did that kind of open you up to some of those other bands too?
Yeah, complete. I read every Guitar World issue cover to cover.
Wow.
And that was just how I got turned on to so much music. I mean, my three things that turned me on to music was you, James, and Guitar World. Really,
Right on.
That's what it was. You guys are a little bit older than me, so you had James had an older sibling, and you were older, so there was just that experience that I just was so young. Plus, where I grew up, I didn't move till Suffolk until '97. So prior to that, it was in a more urban community, so it was different.
Oh.
But I remember listening to this record with you guys. I remember dressing up like this. Brian's in a dress, and I have face paint on my chest, and we're both wearing makeup, and James just kind of looks the same. But that was part of who we came out of it okay.
Yeah,
good time. Yeah. I mean, but what got you into this record?
Well, I had found out about them. A friend of mine, he had let me borrow his before this album came out. I got introduced to the very, very first album, which was kind of cool. So it was right before Smells Like Children came out. That's how I heard Portrait of American Family. I was like, whoa, this is good. I like this. It was raw, and it felt like Iggy Pop, in the sense of like just that raw nerve that tapped into, and I liked it. And then Smells Like Children came out, and that kind of catapulted him with that Sweet Dreams cover. But yeah, I remember this album, I was looking forward to it. I'm like, well, where's they going to go next? I like that EP. I like what they did with those covers. So when this came out, I was really into this album. I loved this album. I thought it was a great album. I liked that it was a concept. It was hugely successul. I gotta tell you though, I did not connect to it anymore though.
Not even a little.
Nope.
Not even 1%. Like, I'm gonna say very honestly, like, every week we try and pick stuff that both of us have a shared connection to, but every so often there's things that one of us is more into than the other. Yep. And most of the time that is a home run, and sometimes it's not, but that's kind of part of the party. Like, One Hot Minute was something I didn't know we had separate connections with, and then we bonded over it immaculately.
That was a beautiful episode.
That was one of my, I think that's top three easily.
Yeah.
Something like the Typo Negative stuff, I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. I know a couple of songs, and I really enjoyed that week. I like listening to it. I love the conversation. This one, I was like, let's get rid of Typo. I almost wanted to skip it to get to this, and this was largely unlistenable.
Yeah. You know what I equated to? Because I have kids, so like I try to show them some of the things I grew up with, and I put on old school He-Man, which I loved as a kid, and I still have it has a special place in my heart. Did not hold the test of time at all. Yeah. Show sucks. Yeah. Now they did a remake, and the remake's cool, but like when I grew up in the '80s, crap. Yep. And this album, I'm not saying it's crap, but like I just can't relate to it. Like I found myself, like we talked about, like I was also skipping through songs, or I was like, and I listened to his first album just recently, and I still like it. I don't. There's no connection here. It's not even a question of being relatable. There's no connection either. Even with the story, and I'm a sucker for a good story. The story feels, I don't know, forced at times.
I was always behind things a bit. Just like I didn't have an allowance. Like I was never wanting for anything by any means growing up, but when it came to music, like, I started driving and I would just gobble up like whatever used stuff or bootlegs I could get my hands on because I didn't want to download stuff with Napster and everything.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I remember, I don't think I owned this album for a long time. I remember you had some kind of like fanzine demos of Portrait that was like it had different versions of
Oh yeah. Yeah,
burn you fucker, you cannot sedate, fucker burn. Oh, what song is that?
Dogma.
Yeah, like that I'm like, yeah, that would be fun. For me, it's the record after this because I remember driving to Tapeville one day, Tapeville, USA, used store right by Brian's house,
Yeah.
and I bought a used copy of Mechanical Animals, and I remember
Right.
listening to that a ton going to RCC.
You like that one a lot, yeah.
I did. But this, like, without even, we'll go through it. Like, Beautiful People, okay, whatever. Irresponsible Hate Anthem, I remember that being, like, anthemic. Tourniquet, just because I remember the video. I used to really like 1996. Like, that didn't hit any longer. The only song that I really, this is very off format for us, but whatever.
Whatever, yeah.
Dried Up, Tied Up, and Dead to the World. Like, that song still rocks. But I didn't know that song when this album came out. I only knew this song when they had like a live VHS tape. I had that.
Yeah. Oh,
and,
yeah.
and I saw that song on there. I'm like, oh, that's a cool song. And I think they put out like an EP with it that had a couple live songs from it.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, because it had the same artwork. It was like the black with that red thing you used for the artwork for this.
Yeah, the electric.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Yeah, I don't know, man. There's songs on here I like. And, for me, like, this album I thought really pushed the limits. And I was like, oh, wow, this would be interesting. And I remember liking all the songs. I didn't this time, like you said. There's just certain ones that just wasn't. You know what it feels like, too? It feels like a Nine Inch Nails album. Listening to it again, it has a very strong influence from the Downward Spiral, specifically. Like, there are parts on here I'll point out. Like, I'm like, is this Big Man with a Gun? Is this Is this it's like borderline, like, how much is influence? Whereas, there's one part in here, this guitar solo is exactly, it sounds like an exact replica from A Return of the Living Dead, which we talked about last week, the movie, like the main theme from that. I'm like, wait a second. I pulled up both of them on the screen and I was like, I'll show you. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
wow.
It's, and look, I mean, some people, like Lisa is on here. She's your sister-in-law?
Yeah. What's up, Lisa?
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's, I can understand how it can connect to people. Like, I don't hate it by any means. It's certainly not, it's not the Doors, but at all. God.
Certainly not Third Eye Blind. That's
right. I mean, yeah, they're certainly not still selling out every tour they do. Definitely not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're not still all alive or anything. They didn't drink themselves to death.
Oh, man.
I love this little rivalry.
We're not out of the pandemic yet.
I love the Doors Third Eye Blind rivalry because if you were to like poll the universe, you would win. But I will not back down.
Not even a contest. Not even a contest.
But I could recognize, like, I missed it being pivotal in my life. There's certain records that were there. Like, remember that experiential component. I think that's going to come up more and more, especially as we get into the stuff next week and continue onward. But, like, Beautiful People, that was a big one. What's Dad saying here?
Yeah, and I like what this album did, which is largely what he does as an artist. Is I like that he brought the counterculture to the focus. I like that he challenges the norm. I like that he not just to piss off, it's to get people questioning and thinking. So you always have to respect that about an art. Art should be dangerous. It should be something that evokes and inspires. So, and I think that this album definitely did that.
There's I want to say like he was doing something unique and special, but it's just an updated Alice Cooper, an updated Ozzy to a certain degree.
Yes. Yeah. Good one. Ozzy. Yeah.
But, we didn't live through those guys where everyone was like, oh my God, Ozzy is the legitimate devil and all these other terrible things. It's carbonated, apparently, what I'm drinking.
Yeah, you are not handling this well.
No, you know what? Because it's clumps of bacteria is certainly something that will make your body
roll it around.
Your body will certainly say, no, that goes the other way. Hey, what are you drinking, Rob? Bacteria and fermented tea.
Lovely.
But at the same time, like you could poll the street, kids our age and young men our age, and be like, yeah, does Marilyn Manson take out 2 of his ribs so he could, fillet himself? And they're gonna
rumors and stuff.
But people will say, yeah, of course he did.
Yeah.
Like the legend that he created by living this character.
Yeah.
It's.
And he talks about this in some of the songs too, like kind of like what it is to be famous and have like paparazzi. Like he talks about how like some of these fans and the lengths that they go to and things like that. He wasn't cool with that. Like it's uncomfortable to have that kind of whatever that response is coming back at you. So not everything is always gumdrops and lollipops. So
yeah,
that's interesting too. Yeah, I like what this album does. I just I don't know. He is not handling this well. No kidding. No kidding.
Down the hatch.
She said, I'm older than both of you, and I 100% disagree.
This must be Doors flavor because it's not agreeing with me.
Doors? What?
This must be... it's not funny if the joke doesn't land the first time. Damn it.
I was listening. I was reading the comment, you jerk. Oh, man.
Okay. I mean, yeah, you want to just listen to these songs? I don't want to.
You chose this album, son.
What'd you do today?
What? I worked.
I gotta show you. Check out this thing I got.
Oh man, this is going off the rails. We gotta do music talk here. Gone off the rails.
What do you say? Can't hear you.
I said we got music to talk about. You're going off the rails.
Okay. You see this?
Oh, nice. Nice. That is awesome.
That's from that company you told me about.
Super 7, yeah, man.
Yeah. It's really well made, man. It's a good mold. It's really nice.
They have cool stuff. I have a Invisible Man that's clear. It's you see right through it. They redid, this is an original, but they redid it's the original like glow in the dark creature.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they redid it and did it like that kind of like slimy swamp green. It's pretty cool. They did the whole Universal line, and I have from Big Trouble in Little China. I have Lopan.
Like a lot of these toys, you see like oversprays on the paint or just the details on this is immaculate. Really well done.
Right?
Yeah.
But it says new sponsor added to the list. And lentil soup and the Doors flavored kombucha. Yeah, man. Nice. I like it. Those are well made. There's a sponsor for you.
Yeah, come on, somebody, please give us an affiliate link. Jesus.
Yeah, all right, let's get to it. Irresponsible Hit Anthem.
You gotta play them because I got the headphones on.
Oh man, that's the opener. It's cool how it's in the live. Made to sound like it's live. It's recorded live. I like in the liner notes it said it was recorded in the future because the album was released in '96, but yet it was recorded in '97. But outside of that, I don't know, man. It's what's cool about this album is they maintain having Madonna Wayne Gacy playing the keys, and it's an ever-present thing, which I think that's an important thing that carried over from Portrait, because like that adds to their feel. Like it wouldn't be the Doors without the keyboard. It wouldn't be the Doors without it wouldn't be Typo without the keys.
Right. Yeah, I really think like if you from a musical standpoint, if you listen to like Marilyn Manson and the Spooky Kids, from those early EPs and stuff all the way to, all right, dude, thanks for hanging out so much. I appreciate that, Oliver. Good job, man. Keep practicing.
Thanks, Oliver.
We'll learn some Marilyn Manson songs next time.
No, you won't.
No, I'm teaching him like Juice World and like it's cool hip hop stuff with guitar. It's fun.
Oh,
anyway, yeah, it's really cool. I'll turn you on to it. Like this kid turned me on to fun music. Anyway, I'm all over the place. Could you tell? I'm all hopped up on bacteria now. Yeah, I'm alive. Fuck, what was I saying? Oh, so stylistically, it's kind of cool to see that growth from like this like Florida swamp like band to by this record, it's more polished, certainly.
More polished, very.
And, who's playing guitar in this? Is it Daisy?
Daisy, yeah, and then you have Zim Zum doing the live stuff, but like, yeah, he was there for most of it, and then got fired, and the rest is done by Twiggy and Manson. And
He's
I think
dead. He's dead now.
who's
Daisy
yeah,
Bergowitz is dead. Yeah.
so was their old drummer too. I think one of their old drummers or one of their old bass players. I think.
Yeah, but I remember specifically the guitar was cancer. I think got him.
Yeah, that's right.
Um,
That's sad.
It is sad. It was Zim Zum. I mean, whatever happened to him? Aside from your fantasies, I really don't know.
Oh, so play a song, huh? I don't know if this is gonna come through.
I heard.
You either like his voice or you hate his voice. Like when he yells, it's like something being gutted. You know what I mean? Like it's that type of scream.
Yep.
And this has this album really good. He really, as a vocalist, really expands, because this is not like, you don't hear a lot of the different things he does like this in Portrait. Like you hear it. So you hear great growth in this. I just don't connect to it anymore. But like it has tremendous growth as a sophomore effort. It really set the bar high for them. Like this album was largely successful. There's like really cool elements. Like they definitely tried, but they also admit, he admits in his autobiography, they've talked about numerous times, like they were like crazy messed up on drugs and shit. So like, I mean, even this album got me, one, but two, like maybe that's why it doesn't connect. I don't know. It's just so disjointed at sometimes to me.
Disjointed. It's too much. It's too much. But that song, I mean, okay, cool, sure.
Beautiful People.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Everybody knows that one.
Yep.
I feel like you got to know that one. That was cool because that really introduced, like, I like that because with their older videos, shoestring budget, but like this one really got to showcase, like, I don't know if it's just his vision or the band's vision, but like artistically, it's a really cool vision they had. Like their videos that came out of this were really cool, and they've always been cool since then. Having that, he has a cool vision, whoever he works with, and whether the band has input. I know by default you say him a lot because it's named after him. It used to be Marilyn Manson and the Spooky Kids, but it definitely became a one-man band though. And he just, like everybody else, fell to the backdrop with him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, 100%. And it was probably by design from the start. I mean, I think anytime you have a band with, someone and the some things, or like, Bon Jovi, like it's his band, like it's, and that's okay. I mean, if it's his vision and it's his thing and he's the mouthpiece, he's the certainly most recognizable one.
For sure. Want to hear this one?
Yeah, this is.
So it's really this awesome, like that held the test of time for me.
Yeah.
So cool because like, and I thought it wouldn't be, with as much radio play as it got and video play, but it's cool. It's this great anthemic marching cadence to it, and it's just like this great chant, And I like, this is where like really get into the content of it too, the way it symbolizes like this elite with these beautiful people. Like you're never gonna be as great as them, So there's some cool concepts in here. It's not a bad album. I just don't relate to it as much as I used to. But yeah, he's basically talking about the morally bankrupt, the upper echelon of society, the morally bankrupt, for the most part in this concept.
Yeah. And so later, dude.
Later, man.
So we got Bobby Bandy jumping on here.
Talks about his record, right?
Yes, sir. We're going to talk about Zero in the coming weeks, Bobby. We're definitely going to bring it in there. So check out Zero, guys. They're coming for you. Watch out.
Coming right for you. Yeah.
So this next tune, man, this is my favorite one on here.
This one, yeah, this is yours, right? Because you used to work out to this one, right?
Yeah, this is on my industrial gym mix, along with Reptile and a couple other heavy Nine Inch Nails songs.
Yeah. Just getting past this commercial, and then I'll get it on. Yeah, I like this one too. There are parts of the song, though, it sounds like he's covering Nine Inch Nails, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's not an original song by any means. I think that's why I like it, though. That's why it fits on my industrial playlist, which is like 99% Nine Inch Nails and this song.
Yeah.
Just wasting time.
You know, it's just the chorus. The chorus is so big to me.
Yeah, let me get to that. It's a great line too. I'll be I'll be a lover. I'll do anything as long as I'm high. You know, when I'm high.
Yep.
It's a cool song.
It is.
I like it. It's got that very pulsating beat to it, where it just keeps you, glued to it. So it's definitely an infectious tune. There's this really cool part. Let me find it with the guitar at 220. Let's see here. Muted guitar. Let's see. $220. There it is. Here, check out this. It's like this muted guitar. What are you doing? You're acting to me. You're an idiot. Like, my phone is blowing up. I can't even play a song. I was like, "What's this guy?"
It's just me sabotaging us.
Yeah, you really are. I'm coming to Tourniquet. Never mind. Forget that song now. Tourniquet. I do like Tourniquet. That held the test of time for me. I think it's got like that. It possesses a heavy groove that you see on Portrait. Like you said it best. Like, that kind of slimy, swampy, South Florida sound. And it's that filthy sounding bass that jogs you into the song. And I don't know, this song, it's one of those songs too where, like, I love it when an artist makes a video and it just complements the song so well. Like, I went back and watched the video. I was like, oh yeah, this is cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that one, I remember because my familiarity with these songs were from the videos largely in the beginning. And Tourniquet was, I believe, the second single, the one that there was a video for. Mm-hmm. And it was like darker. It was like scarier. But cool.
Yeah. You kind of knew they were going that direction, I mean, from the get-go, but especially with that Sweet Dreams one. But then, you can hear some cool guitar work and artistry in this song specifically. Bass. So it's stuff like that where, like, there's a couple of pieces in this album where it's like, I kind of wish that he would maybe score, an eerie movie. I think he would be good at a soundtrack or like a score or something like that. It'd be interesting. There's certain elements of this music and his other music. I'm like, score something or put out an instrumental with maybe just one or two vocals on it. I think it would be interesting to see what he would come up with, because I definitely like certain elements in here.
Yeah.
Musically,
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I feel like it could be off-putting to people because he's just screaming a lot.
It is a lot of that, yeah.
And, like, it's a hard thing to contain. Like, later on, he developed, like, this more, like, Bowie-esque low voice he uses. But if you even watch, like, live stuff, once he starts screaming, like, it's just, he's screaming. And it's hard to take that on.
If you Lamb of God or something, you can still hear, like, enunciated word. You know what they're saying. Like, sometimes it becomes very garbled. And that's,
it's like an unhealthy shriek almost.
Yeah, you think about doing that God damn, that's a rough gig. Little Horn, that little apocalyptic piece. It's just a revved up, nasty little industrial piece, and announces this Little Horn character. I don't know.
I gotta hear that one. I don't remember how that goes.
Let me get it. Everyone will suffer now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I say skip it.
Yeah. Yeah. I like is the next one I'm trying to get with Crypto John.
Yeah.
Your health and safety.
That's the one where it's like a very different piece. It's him.
That's an ad. I was like, what is? I thought.
Yeah, it's a different piece. Like, it's definitely like, this is where I really got the feel from, like, wow, it'd be interesting to hear something that's predominantly instrumental on his part and less him singing and just supported here and there. That was this song, because this one's very different from the rest of the whole piece as a whole, right?
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
But that's cool.
Yeah.
Again, I hear lots of Nine Inch Nails.
Oh, 100%, right? Yeah, there's a lot of Nine Inch Nails in this album. This thing reached the downward spiral for sure. Yeah.
Crying angel doesn't fall from heaven.
Yeah, like a choir of Manson voices. Like this is a nice orchestrated piece. Like the way it's composed is really cool. And that makes me think, wow, it'd be interesting to see him in a different light, not doing what he typically does. Just doing completely different, out of his comfort zone, but still brings the element of who he is, because you can't shake that.
Yep.
That's why I would just be interested in seeing him, especially now that it's predominantly just him. It'd be interesting to see him do something way different, which I think, didn't this new album just drop? Did it have some different, or is it a lot?
I heard that it was very different. I didn't really listen to it at all, unfortunately. I I downloaded it, that's streaming, but I didn't even play it, honestly.
Yeah. All right. I was curious.
Yeah. But I might after this.
Yeah. What was the seventh one? Did you have something more to say about that one?
No, I'm listening to the next song to remember which one it is.
This
one's not bad, but it doesn't stand out. Like, that's the thing. Like, this is, again, showing how cool music can be. And I really stress anyone who watches this or rewatches this, even if you're like, oh, Marilyn Manson, oh, the devil, Satan, 666. Like, shut up. Like, come on. This guy's not the devil. He's a dude. He has a heart.
Just an artist. The same way
Just,
he's an artist. Black Sabbath, he's an artist.
Exactly.
And art differently.
Like, if you can just open yourself up to try something new or different, there's something in everything with that type of negative stuff. Like, I'm still a week removed from it. Like, I was reading about him this morning. It really
affected you. Nice.
It did, because it's like,
Peter.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go and like, I don't know. I might. I don't even know what I'm gonna do. But like, I didn't feel the need to go listen more than what I'd listened. But I definitely found myself repeatedly listening to songs I had never heard before. Yeah. Whereas on this record, I repeatedly listened to the songs I knew, and the ones I didn't know, upon second listen, did not strike me that I was like, oh, I missed this gem.
Right. Yeah.
That's not putting it down. Like, it stands as what it is, and it was an iconic record, but it doesn't, at 37, it doesn't hit me the way it did at, 16.
Yeah, it lost its potency for sure. It's kind of like when we did,
13.
What'd you say?
I was doing the math. 13?
Oh.
14.
Break up the abacus, man.
Seriously, I tried to do it in my head, and I'm sweating now on my back because I got nervous. Because I was like, numbers!
It is my kryptonite. Oh man, I don't know what to say.
Hey, let's
Alice in Chains, like the Sap EP. I hadn't listened to that in so long compared to like Jar of Flies. I didn't listen to more recently, and I was like, oh yeah. Once I got into it, like that from the first track, I'm like, I already know every song here is just keep me glued. I'm not gonna want to walk away.
Yep.
That was not the case with this, but I do remember listening to this thing constantly on its entirety. Like, I didn't just single out songs. I remember, Worm Boy, I like Worm Boy a lot. It has more of that spooky kids groove to it again. It's got relatable content, like what he's talking about, the content of like, that fear that you're never going to escape the current hell that you're in. But then once you finally do, you realize that there's other hells that you still need to conquer and kind of get through. So I like Worm Boy, and it's like the groove to it is cool. I mean, you like that one?
Yep.
So yeah, I forgot about that one. I'm gonna be honest with you, completely forgot about it.
Which is the one where he's like, "Prick your finger, it is done. The world, angel has shed."
Oh, that's the end of Crypto Kid.
That part I like.
Oh, I can go back to that.
No, it's okay. That I like. I like that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, we kind of went all over the place. It's the wrong song. Marilyn Manson. Marilyn Manson. It's got that cool grimy feel to it, like that classic grimy feel of theirs.
But it's playful. That one's like lighthearted. Yeah. It's like a kid played it almost.
Yeah,
like a cartoon.
Marilyn Manson to Nine Inch Nails is like Megadeth to Metallica. They are the bands that follow behind it.
Well, I usually try and agree with all the comments, but I feel like I have to be honest in that. I feel like Megadeth, because Mustaine was part of Metallica, it's slightly different, whereas Manson clearly was a fan of the genre that Trent was pushing forward.
And he opened for him, and he spent time with him.
Yeah. I mean, there may have been a time, though, commercially where Marilyn Manson superseded commercially Nine Inch Nails. I know they had that feud for a bit, and then they kind of made up in the Star Effers video. But that's an interesting perspective. I don't really know.
Yeah, I don't know, because I wouldn't say that Megadeth is in the shadows anymore. That's for sure. I mean, they've definitely. I think that's that album we talked about, Countdown to Extinction. I think catapulted them a little bit more, and people realized, like, oh crap, probably should have been paying attention. I know it did for a lot of friends that I knew. They're like, wow, I never thought I'd like Megadeth. I'm like, right, there you go. That's the gateway drug. That album right there to the rest of their catalog.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Superstar. It's a cool song, but it sounds like something directly off of the Downward Spiral.
Yeah, and it's a longer song, and it's like, it's a lot. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the one thing that's cool about it is reading the lyrics. How it's spoken from like the obsessive fan. Like spoken as an obsessive fan, and the chorus being more sung from Manson's point of view of like just. I know that I could turn you on. I wish that I could just turn you off. I never wanted this. There's such brutal honesty in that. Like, because the whole song is them saying, "Hey, Mr. Superstar, I'll do anything for you. Hey, Mr. Superstar, I'm your number one fan." And then it just kind of repeats that recipe and kind of showcasing how obsessive they are. And not all fans, that smaller circle of ones that, are probably a bit much to digest and handle. And to have that, realize that that's something that somewhat represents you. Not that you condone that, but like, it's got to be a lot to digest. So as an artist, so I'm sure that's a powerful chorus, like I never wanted this. For someone to say that and then record that and put that in public, that's highly personal and painful, so I thought that was cool.
Agreed.
Yeah. Angel with the Scab Wings. This is the one when you texted me at night and you're like, you whispered that little audio message like a creep. And I was like, oh my God, memories. And I was like, all right, I can't wait to dig into this album. I haven't dug into it in years, decades. And then now.
Same thing. When we finished Record Talk last week, I was so freaking pumped from the Typo Negative stuff. I was like, I can't wait. I know I like this music, right?
Yeah.
And when I just saw the name of that song, which I totally forgot, like you could have said, Rob, remember that song? And I'd be like, what? But then when I saw it, clicked, right?
Yeah.
And I remember, as I was telling you, probably, and if James is watching, or anyone who knows us, in real life, like, I see you like grabbing on, like I envision you're in a hoodie of some sort, zips up.
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah, I can't really recall your pants, but it's not relevant. But you're like,
Yes.
we're in public somewhere, and we're excited, be at the Nanuet Mall or Fridays or something. And mind you guys, like this is before we were old enough to drink or anything stupid. We were never drug kids. We were just dumb kids. Dumb kids. You said dumb at the same time. So I remember maybe it was like, gosh, maybe it was at like Letchworth somewhere or like some random New Jersey Black Roses show. Which tangent. I'll come back to that in a second. So I remember you grabbing onto James or I or anybody, clutching and pulling him in. And this is the angel with the scab. And it's like, guys, she's going to blow. Get clear. There's going to be a shockwave. And then you just scream to every part and shake whoever you're holding on to. And like, that's gone. It's just gone. Like, skip.
Like, I totally forgot I used to do that too. It's just people's heads.
Oh my God. Because you were like jazzed up on the tune. Like you were just.
Yeah.
It did that to you.
Yeah. You know what? This is the song though, oddly enough, that has that. It sounds like it's first of all, it sounds like an old school industrial feel, like KMFDM march to it, right? Like I'm like, oh, this sounds exactly like KMFDM. But the solo is reminiscent of the Return of the Living Dead theme, which I'll play. I gotta find the solo. Let me find the solo first. Keep talking. Let me find the solo.
So when we did our Black Roses thing a few weeks ago, this other guy Rob jumped on, who was in another band, and he was and then James referenced a show at a bowling alley in Rockaway, New Jersey, and that was the show where you screwed up your back or something because you were convinced you could teach yourself to walk on your hands with the same fluency that you could walk on your feet.
Oh, my neck! I think it was my shoulder. I heard.
Something went terribly wrong.
Yeah.
But I mean, I believed in you. I thought you could do it.
I eventually learned. Oh man, God, I gotta find this solo. I thought I wrote it down.
It's okay.
I can't find it. Damn it, I can't find it.
It's okay. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, it was just I was like, why do I know this? And I was like, oh yeah, Return of the Living Dead. All right. Oh, we should mention this goes in cycles too. So there's cycle 1, cycle 2, cycle 3. It's a concept album, so there's cycles to this. So cycle 1 was the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 songs. Then cycle 2 is the inauguration of the Worm. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way through 10, and then 11 onward is cycle 3, Disintegrator Rising. What the hell is that noise? Is that your rings?
You can hear that? Sorry.
Yeah. We're on Kinderfeld? Is that what we're doing now?
I lost my mouse. Yes, we are.
Yeah, that one is a Reptile ripoff, if I ever heard one.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah, I didn't even get that far into it. Oh, come on.
So it's just a direct. I mean, there's so much on this album that you're like, oh, down, Big Man with a Big Gun, oh, Reptile. So it's that one is just so on the friggin' nose.
Yeah,
that's one I had to skip through. I don't know. I was like, yeah, I've already heard this. I heard it done better.
So these next two songs,
Antichrist, 1996. Yeah.
Again, when the record came out, I didn't know these songs, but on that tape I had, because that was my first time getting to see him live, was on this live concert VHS tape.
Right.
And he had the part where he's, and he's on the podium with the Bible, and he's pulling out the pages of the book, and he's moving all around. Like, that's iconic. That's in my mind. Like,
well, it was famous. That's where he got really famous for doing that, where he's standing on the Antichrist podium and he's, desecrating the Bible, as they say. But again, this is part of a show. I mean, obviously with the title and the album Antichrist Superstar, it's a play on Jesus Christ Superstar. Right. It's the concept of like this person that looks to do rise to power and becomes this a-hole. And he's playing that character. It's not him. It's not necessarily it's the theatrics. The same way that Kiss or Alice Cooper cuts off his head. It's theatrics. He's not really cutting his head. He's not really condone guillotines, shit like that. So yeah, people get lost in that.
They do, and I get it. Like, he took it a bit further, but like, if you still see Kiss to this day, Gene Simmons is spitting blood.
Yeah,
like they do God of Thunder, and he goes up on like a mechanism, so he's very high up, and he's playing a bass solo with lots of delay, and there's green lights on him, and blood is coming out of his mouth, and like, that was scary to Jack the first time. Like, I get it. Yeah,
and I get it because it's the Bible, and people, but again, it's a symbol. It's not a symbol isn't just a symbol,
right.
Just that, and I think that's what he's trying to do is challenge people's thoughts. It's like, hey, don't get so hung up on the material.
Right.
It shouldn't upset you that much, But yeah, it was a cool song.
The next song was a little bit more. I remember I enjoyed very much initially. Not so much now, but
no, I enjoyed reading more of it, like the lyrics. I didn't enjoy musically, but the lyrics, I like how it's the contradictions of society and even within himself. I like that. But like, yeah, the music, I was like, damn it, I remember liking the song, and I do. I remember I could see myself listening to it in my room or driving to it.
Yeah, it didn't do it. I mean, I don't know. I'm curious because Bobby said the Reflecting God is his favorite. I don't even remember which one that is.
Oh yeah, here. Let's just jump to that one because I mean I have nothing to say about Minute of Decay.
No, really. See how I did that?
Yeah, I was like meh. Let me get Reflecting God. I do remember that one.
Oh, I do like that song. I do like that song a lot.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
last two, the Reflecting God and the Man That You Fear is
Yeah.
what comes back up. Yeah, unfortunately, Marilyn Manson later became to me more of their albums became they became single serving in the sense that I'll just grab what I want. This album was the end of me listening to them in their entirety and Mechanical, and then after that it was like, there's good stuff and then there's filler. Here's Reflecting God.
Burning cold like cigarettes. The more you cry, your ashes turn to mud.
And what Pretty Hate Machine song is that?
I keep playing it.
We're back.
Cigarettes. The more you cry, your ashes turn to mud.
Oh my God, what is it?
I gotta stop playing it. I'm like going too long. I'm not gonna leave you hanging. You're gonna have to figure it out. That's your homework. Or somebody chime in. That is yeah. That is a Nine Inch Nails strong influence there. I like that song. Yeah, it's cool. He didn't do a video for this one. It was The Man That You Fear that he did the video for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Reflecting God's cool though. I mean, it's got some great. It's a nihilistic song, and this song is, he's definitely influenced by Nietzsche in this album too. Like, if you get into like the philosophy of some of his stuff, that's what was in here. But it's cool. I think lyrically it's cool. I still like the song. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, that's it, And then I believe The Man That You Fear, I recall the video for that. He was like, he had a hat on.
Yeah, I think wasn't that we started to deal with I can't remember the video for that one. Because I watched Tourniquet recently just to kind of see. I remember that being a very, for me, artistically, I was like, wow, this is like deteriorated art. It was very cool, like the vision they had for that album, and also what they did with like stop animation kind of feel to it, also within live recordings. So it was like this multi-medium of art and different, it was cool. So I remember that video, and I didn't check out The Man You Fear before this episode, and I probably should have. But I remember that being a popular one.
Yeah, I do too. But
I felt like too, like it's a great song. I like it, but it also felt, again, very similar to the way Downward Spiral ends. Like, it seemed like it tried to do just that. Like this, he was very clearly influenced. Now in hindsight, looking, I think that's why I also attached myself, because like when Downward ends, you're like, oh, I want more. Like there's certain albums in the end, you're like, oh, really, this is over. This is a great ride, man. Let's do it again. Keep it going.
Yeah. 17 songs is a lot of songs.
Yeah.
For
that hidden one.
For anybody, for any band, like, I don't know, like even like the Nine Inch Nails, like that's a lie. But other bands, 17 is a lot of songs.
You could put 17, and I think it'd be fine. I think that in this particular case, it just didn't work.
Right.
It's too much. It became, too much. Whereas you could have a band do it and do it well. I think it deals with production. It probably deals with the content.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was, sometimes when we come out of these, it's like, I'm disappointed that it didn't connect, or I didn't get it. I don't feel anything negative right now.
Oh no, definitely not. I was disappointed that I didn't connect to it the same way. Which again, it just goes to show, like, people change. They go through different walks of life.
Yeah.
I know you could make the argument like, well, why do you still connect to Alice in Chains that was around the same time if it was a 95 album or 94 album? Like, why? I don't know. Or I do know. We'd have to ask. I didn't connect to this one. It could have been just a phase in life. It could have been what I needed as an anger expression to get out, and that definitely solved the fix, Yeah. But I still listen to certain other aggressive music, and I don't need to get anger out. So I don't know. This one just didn't connect at all.
No, it's I'm okay with it. But yeah, it was definitely, sometimes every time we do this, I either make the playlist off of your playlist or I download it.
Right.
And it stays right at the top in my Apple Music, my recently added,
I went right back and listened to my typo last week.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I kept
in there.
Like One Hot Minute has been in there since we did it.
Yes.
This Alice in Chains stuff has been in there since we did it. I took out Megadeth, but that's just because it's not anything against them. You know, I'm deleting this right now, and I'm totally cool with it. Delete album. But I did just add Mechanical Animals to my library, so I'm excited.
Yeah, I'd be interested in doing that one again, looking that one again. I wonder if I'm going to feel the same way about that. But I definitely, this one didn't connect to. And I still connect to, you know, I still like Portrait of an American Family. I listened to that one. Just not this one. Meh, whatever.
On to the next. So, where are we? First, we got to talk about your things.
Oh, movie picks. Yeah, I got to send you a. Should have done that.
Shoulda.
Get on top of it, Brian.
Why do you keep putting it there? That's not where it goes, stupid computer.
Oh, you're talking to me. I said, whoa.
No, you're beautiful.
Easy.
For all you know.
Yeah, so we do these 4 weeks of the Halloween season. The kind of this month is we're picking 20 horror films, and I've created 5 categories for these horrific sights to appease and assault the eyeballs. So first category is monsters. I'm gonna pick a movie from otherworldly flicks. Could be sci-fi. No End to the Living Dead is the other one. Binge-worthy shows or creepy tales. And then exploitation and B movies.
Do you have that as is it a document?
Yeah.
Can you just copy and paste it so I can copy and paste it into the thing?
Yeah, I can do that for you.
So take a picture of the screen.
That would have been smart.
Oh my God. You give me an opportunity to type, and there's a 99.9% chance I'm going to type something wrong, and we're going to laugh at my stupidity. So.
Yeah, I like that though. That's where the fun is.
I've embarrassed myself plenty. Thank you, sir.
All right. Oh, so yeah, that's just from the numbers on.
Oh.
Yeah, let me do it again. That one is. Ah, damn you. You know what I'm talking about.
What?
There we go. All right, I sent it to you. You got it? In a private chat?
Oh, no. I didn't know what to look there.
I was like, what's going on? You're not seeing this? I'm like, all right, but Marylin Manson and Reznor hated each other for years. Yeah. 2 very similar people at the time. Or maybe not. Maybe polar opposites, and that's where, who knows? All right. Oh, look at you. You put them all in there. Perfect. All right. So number 1 for monsters. I chose Love and Monsters. It just came out this year. I think it was in April. It was 2020 by Michael Matthews. It's cool. I'm always looking forward for like some funny horror movies. So this was a good one. So think of like Shaun of the Dead or Zombieland. Love and Monsters is cool. It's got a great vibe to it. It's got all the right comedy. It's got heartfelt characters you connect with. Michael Rooker's in it. I love Michael Rooker. It's just a good one, and the rest of the people are not necessarily like huge actors, so it kind of makes you really, you really feel for the characters. You kind of can relate really well. It's just, and it's fun, and it's gory where it needs to be, and it's the perfect use of CGI. This is not going for scares, so the way they used it is perfect. It's awesome. It's about this asteroid's about to hit Earth. As we do, we blow things up with rockets. Unfortunately, it sends down like this irradiated crap that makes all the bugs and lizards and animals of the world mutate, and they kill everybody, and that's how we end. It's our own destruction. It's a survivalist movie, but it's funny. It's really funny. Number 2 for otherworldly flicks, The Thing. You ever see The Thing, dude?
I haven't. No.
What? Oh, you got to see The Thing. 1982, John Carpenter. This movie bombed. It did not do well when it first came out. It has become such a huge cult classic. I never understood it when I was younger. When I saw this movie, I'm like, why do people hate this? And I get that it's a remake of an old 50s one, but this is pinnacle. When you think of someone like those groundbreaking, pushing the envelope special effects, this movie right here.
Really?
Like, oh, it's so cool. You have to watch The Thing. It's referenced in Stranger Things. They're talking about the Thing.
I don't watch that either.
Oh, man, you're missing out, dude.
I got no time, man.
All right. No End to the Living Dead. This is a weird one. I don't know if people. I think it's got an Italian name to it too. I'm not sure what it is, but it's called Cemetery Man. This is a cool one. I know it looks like it's like crazy old. It's not. It's from 94. Yeah, 94. I think it's how do you say his name? Mikel Suava, I think is how you say his name. But Cemetery Man is about this caretaker for the cemetery.
Did you sound out, and I pasted in there your sound out of how to say it? Is that what
Yeah.
that is?
Oh no, I don't know. No, did it? Oh, did I put that? Oh yeah. Oops. Yeah, that's how I put that. Yeah, right on. I was like, how did I say it? I was like, Suava.
A little behind the scenes how we figure stuff out.
Oh my god, choking my own spit. This is cool. He's like a cemetery dude, and he takes care of this this cemetery. It's just him and his dim-witted companion, they call him. And the dead keep coming back to life, and he has to kill them. And then it's a real psychological movie though. It's funny, it's gory, but like it messes with your head because he meets this girl that she dies, but then he keeps meeting her again. So it's almost like a horror inspired like Groundhog Day. It's weird. It's got like a weird vibe in the way it ends. It's a killer movie. It's a good find.
What year is that from?
1994. Yeah, it's a good one. Think about all the cool music we were talking about that came out in 94 and 95. There was a lot of good movies. This is one of them, but like a lot of people don't know it. Cemetery Man's a good one. It is so good. I'm trying to see. It's got great special effects. The imagery and artistry of it is just, it's killer. It's such a killer movie. It has Rupert Everett is the star in this movie. It's a good one. I highly recommend that and the thing. All these. All right. Binge-worthy shows. Have you watched Ash vs. Evil Dead?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
What?
I saw.
This TV show was amazing. Ah, dude. The one they released, was it on, not Showtime. Was it on Showtime? It was. I don't know. It was on one of those, like, those shows.
Yeah, I have seen, no? Or one of the... No, maybe it was Showtime. You might be right.
Maybe it was. I don't know. Maybe it's not. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Oh, Stars. It was Stars. That's what it was. Stars. I'm like, starts with an S. Yeah, it's 3 seasons. It was awesome, dude. It was killer. Just these videos. These episodes were just amazing. Chrissy got into it too. It's a surprise. You don't like horror movies, so I was like blown away by that. Yeah, man. It's a great movie. You guys got to see it. If you're gonna check out Ash vs. Evil Dead, go see Evil Dead the musical. That is phenomenal. Oh man, sit in the splatter row if you have the chance. So good. Last one for exploitation and B movies. I chose the Poughkeepsie Tapes. Do you remember this one?
Oh, it's funny because last week I knew everything, and this week I've heard of any of these, but I have not seen any of them.
The Poughkeepsie Tapes is awesome. I can't remember what movie what came out, and it was a trailer for this because I had been reading about this in like horror zines, and a movie came out, and this was the trailer, and it was messed up. It was like a documentary style, which I know is overdone, kind of like since Blair Witch, like that docu-style mockumentary thing. But the way it's done is about a serial killer, and it says about Poughkeepsie, it's not. And then he videotapes all the things he does. It's horrific. But it's cool because it's like Texas Chainsaw Massacre in a sense. It doesn't really show visceral stuff. It leaves a lot to your imagination, which makes you feel very uncomfortable. And it's very subversive. It's great the way it ends, the way it plays out. This movie got shelved. It never got released, ever. And to this day, like it finally released just recently, not too long ago, and on Blu-ray, but it existed in like torrents and things like that. But it's a good one. It's a good movie. It's creepy as hell.
Cool.
Like some people don't like it. It didn't live up to its hype. I don't know why it got shelved. I liked it. It never had a chance to breathe, and I feel like that's a tragedy.
Cool. I'm excited to see what the grand finale of the picks are next week.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So, boys and girls and others, we are going to conclude with another industrial, dark, quasi-horror themed deep dive into a pivotal record from the 90s. And that record will be a reflection of the computer screen.
Yeah, I know.
It's me!
It's me! Oh man, I couldn't find my CD. So I have this bloodstained vinyl. There we go.
Which is way cooler.
Yeah.
There we go.
Zombie. Astro
Creep.
Yeah. You do Astro Creep 2000. Songs of Love, Songs of Love, Destruction, and other delusions of synthetic mind, like that? Synthetic head?
I got Astro Creep. That's what I got.
Astro Creep. Oh, my computer's dying. Yeah, I'm excited to do that album. That was a good one. That was their last album before they broke up.
Which is so crazy because they really just had the two. Like
not really.
commercial ones.
Yeah,
I mean,
most commercial successful. They had 4 other albums. Well, they had 2 or 3 other albums in that EP. So yeah,
major label albums, I should say.
major. Yeah, for sure. There we go. Let's plug that in.
Bloom.
Yeah, so that's what we do.
Cool. Well, I look forward to it, and I think it's important to recognize, Rob Zombie as a man, his contribution to the genre as a whole. So that'll be interesting to talk about.
For sure. Like he's done. There's another one. We talked a lot about like different shock rockers of the different generations. So Kiss, Alice Cooper, Rob Zombie's definitely one of them. It started with White Zombie. They're known for their live shows the way Manson is. And Rob Zombie definitely even just put it on steroids later on too.
Yeah. I was just listening today, the Feed the Gods.
Oh, yes.
It's a great song. Like I just actually ordered off Amazon the Airhead soundtrack because you can't get it on digital.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I just want to hear there was that Four Non Blondes cover of the Van Halen tune on there. There's a lot of great music.
Right. That album? Do we still have it? I gotta look for that one. I don't know if I had that.
It's a good one. It's a really good soundtrack. That, the Crow soundtrack. There's so many 90s.
There was a great, yeah.
That's another day though. But that's our show, guys. So thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
I look forward to concluding, rightfully so, the horror month. And then, next month we'll get into some different themes. Maybe start talking about some things a little bit outside music, branch out some different variations of our conversation. Maybe talk about some other things. I don't know. I think there's just a lot to talk about. Art, books, cartoons, comic books.
For sure. Yeah.
I picked up my comic books today. I haven't gone in a couple of weeks. There's 30 of them. I'm like, whoa.
What are you collecting? What are you reading?
So they rebooted the whole X-Men series.
Oh yeah, you got X-Force on there.
Yeah, so they basically they rebooted the entire X-Men franchise as a whole, and then there's a bunch of separate books that are intertwined. But they rebooted it in a really cool way where they've learned how to if the mutants basically have their own island, but they can get in and out of it, and then there's agricultural things on that island that other people want, but it's basically its own nation. All the good guys and bad guys have come together. If they die, they can be brought back.
Oh, interesting.
It's just cool to see good guys and bad guys on the same side against a different bad guy.
And the old characters like Magneto and all that, they're all
yeah. So there's this thing called the Quiet Council on this island, and it's Mr. Sinister, Professor X, Magneto, all these Omega level super powerful mutants. It's cool. It shuts my brain off. There's so much in my head all the time, and that's one of the things that can distract me. But it's cool. It's cool. This last batch will fill up. I bought a box to put them all in when I first started collecting. And this last batch will more than fill up the box, which I think is a small victory in committing to a hobby.
Yeah. Nice.
But yeah.
Nice. I was collecting for a while. I've always collected throughout my life. I got into more trade paperbacks just to kind of because there's a lot of good series out there that
it's just easier
money to go get number one and catch up. So yeah, there's a lot of really good ones I'm into. I sent you a picture of some of them. Even the TMNT they redid. They did some IDW, did some really good stuff there. Brought it back to the whole 80s comic book, the black and white ones that were just violent. They brought it back to that. There was a killer one where the death of Shredder. I think it was the 50th episode, 50th issue. It was killer. It was so killer.
Yeah, I like the paperback ones. It makes it easier. DC, which I'm usually a Marvel guy, but DC did this Crisis.
52?
What's that?
The new 52, is that over? It's kind of old now, right?
This was how it got there. So it was the Crisis on Infinite Earth and Infinite Crisis and then something else. So I got those 3 collections. There's a lot to read. It's their stories are so different than the Marvel stories. I also got that. I saw you had the Killing Joke. I have that too. I just haven't read it yet.
Yeah, there was one. I don't know if it was an episode of with Kevin Smith or just throughout the years. There's just certain comic books just talking to different circles of people, classics that I had not gotten to. Swamp Thing's another one with Alan Moore was one I always wanted to get, never did. And I was and it's just killer storytelling. The Killing Joke's another one. That was a killer, which I think they just recently made into a animated movie.
Yeah, I got Jack for his birthday. They had this big Blu-ray box set, and it's all 18 animated Batman movies, and it's like all the stuff like that Batman the Animated Series style animation, which are always great stories. So
The
it's
TV
like,
was incredible.
yeah, so it's 18 of those. So it's cool. It's a lot of big time investment, but the Killing Joke one is on there, which I don't think I would watch with him because they rated that R, I think, for a cartoon. But
Oh, right on. Yeah, wow, they kept it. Well, that's good to know they kept it the way the book is, because the book is.
yeah, there's some of those they do that. There's a Batman Harley Quinn cartoon I watched on an airplane, and it was like Harley Quinn is intimate with Robin. And it's
wow.
like they show it. It's like, what? I'm on a plane. There's people next to me. I'm like covering up the screen.
Oh God, yeah, wow, interesting.
Unnecessary, so unnecessary, but whatever.
Hey, it's retelling the story.
Yeah.
It's just unnecessary the environment you're in.
Well, there was no warning. I'm like, cartoons, yay.
Hey, you just assume, right?
Yeah.
Little did you know. Uh-huh. All right, man. Cool.
All right, cool. Well, thank you guys for tuning in and hanging with us. Again,
next week.
Thank our sponsor.
We don't. Got these cool shirts though, jackets.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let's plug that.
Logo on it.
All right, stop it. Stop falling. Give me.
Yeah. Disappointed by this album.
And you got to show them the back too.
Oh yes, go ahead.
So we got the backs. Don't forget.
Record Talk.
Boom. Hashtag. So yeah, you can get those at if you just go and search Teespring, Tee Spring. Just search Rob School of Music. You'll find it on there. We'll get some new designs shortly with better artwork, more details, more graphic.
Yeah,
this is a cool shirt.
I like that one.
I had to buy another one though, because remember the other one came in like a child size.
Yes, I do remember. You're thinking of suffocate.
But now this one has like an awkward collar. Like it's not a V-neck, but it's like low.
Yeah.
Damn it. All right. Thank you guys for hanging. On that note, on my low-cut shirt, be well. Happy Halloween. Oh, no, not yet.
Not yet, man.
Not yet.